All right, I thought it might be a good idea for us to take the story of the little green engine and use that story to practice some sequencing. So let's talk about this is called a story frame, and it just shows some of the events that happened in the story. Not all of the events, just some of the events. And you remember at the beginning of the story, Mac wanted to find an engine that could go to Junction City, right? So he asked Old Ironside and he asked Goldie if they would be able, and then he asked the little green engine. So let's go ahead and in our sequence, we can write that Mac wanted to find an engine to, pull the train over, what was it called? Rocky Fork Mountain, was that what it was called? Oops, I should capitalize it. It's the name of a mountain. Rocky Fork Mountain. So Mac wanted to find an engine to pull the train over Rocky Fork Mountain to Junction City. All right, so first, Mac wanted to find an engine to pull the train over Rocky Fork Mountain to Junction City. So let's talk about what happened next. Oops, not the right spot. Next, well, he found the engine that would do it, right? The little green engine agreed that she would pull that train over the mountain to Junction City. So next, not a capital H there, the little green engine agreed to pull the train. All right. So first, Mac wanted to find an engine to pull the train over Rocky Fork Mountain to Junction City, and he asked several. And the next thing that happened in the story was the little green engine agreed to pull that train. Now, she was pulling the train, and remember, Goldie was pushing the train. So the next thing that happened in our story is they actually made it up the mountain, right? They made it up the mountain with a little help from her friend. That little green engine was able to pull the train over the mountain. So let's add that to the and then. Little green engine pulled the train over the mountain. That was a great part of the story, right? She kept saying, I think I can, and she did. So first, Mac wanted to find an engine to pull the train over Rocky Fork Mountain to Junction City. Next, the little green engine agreed to pull the train, and then little green engine pulled the train over the mountain. And let's talk about what finally happened in the story. Finally, she came down that mountain and she got it to Junction City. And they changed her name from Little Green Engine to Queen of the Mountain, right? So finally, we'll change her name here. Queen of the Mountain pulled the train all the way to Junction City. And she got her nickname of Queen of the Mountain. So that is an example of sequencing a story. All right, so just a little extra sequencing practice today.